What's up, Relentless League? It's your Week 10 recap. I want to start this recap off with which fantasy players from each position are actually leading the league. Here's the top 12 quarterbacks. Feel free to pause the video if you're curious about this. If you don't know how to pull this up, just feel free to take a gander. Just kind of more, you know, knowledge for yourself. Just kind of say, oh, that guy's top 12. Geez. There's the running backs, wide receivers leading the pack, top 12 right there. Here's the tight ends. Here is the defense. Here's the kickers. And let's get on to our recap with authority. With authority. Got some high praise from the team that I just stomped last week. Replacement says, hey, Relentless. Good job last week. 3 thumbs up. Appreciate it, buddy. It is what I do. Appreciate the high praise. And I did, in fact, stomp him. No problems, no worries. Philly was always going to have that covered at the end of the Monday night. I hope you didn't stay up and watch that game. Let's move on to Robert versus D's Nuts. D's Nuts waking up from the dead. And Robert, I think your team, I think they skipped prayer day. I mean leg day. I think they skipped leg day. And yeah, geez, that is horrible. Going from like 100 and something, 100 high 60s or 70s to 58 just shows how your season's been. Poggers, you said it was easy. You told everyone you're not gonna have no problem. Did a little bit of shit talking. So you did a little bit of shit talking, telling Joey it's just too damn easy out here. Thank God you played an easy ass team. That team was doo doo. Joey chiming back with his own little comeback, telling Zach you ain't in first place. But Zach finished the conversation by saying he was the GOAT. So good job, Joey, by losing that trash talk, and good job, Zach, by telling him I beat you. I'm coming for that ass. Dan, Edgar, Dan, that was a bad loss. Edgar, good win. I think you're like 7 win streak now. But Dan is you know, making some moves, right before the trade deadline. Heads up, everybody. Trade deadline's November 19th, I believe. Check it out in the league settings, but that's this week. So if you're trying to shore up a quarterback spot, wide receiver spot, running back spot, Jason, tight end spot, you know what I'm talking about. Now's the time. It's the last week you can do it. So if you guys gotta make a trade, if you guys are edging on a trade, and if you're not first, you're last. Only one person's name's getting on that belt. So check it out. See if you can make a trade. See if you need to. If you don't, hold tight. And yeah, this is the last week for trades. Detroiter, you defeated Sean. No surprise there. Sean is literally at the floor, the concrete of which the rest of us stand on, and he's holding the bottom position of this league as tight as he can. He's not giving it up. Um, so I do have an interview with Edgar. Last week, I only got a tidbit of an interview, but I told him we'd do a longer one this week. Just because the other parts got corrupted. At least we got the most important part. But yeah, let's cut over to Edgar's interview. What's up, guys? It's this week's interview. We're actually getting a full interview with Edgar. Last week got cut a little short, some technical difficulties, and let's see
Number
what
one, baby.
number one team,
Number one.
7 wins in a row, and now number one on the power rankings. What does he have to say? What's new,
I'm the
Edgar?
champ. That's all there is to it. And the champ is officially playing the chump this week.
Oh, our matchup. Are you
Yeah,
worried about
man.
our matchup at all?
Not at all, bro. I'm more worried about Detroit. worry about Chubbs now that he's gonna have like all-star running backs over there. Maybe Robert, but you man, no challenge.
Last week, I don't know if you've seen it, but I did score more points than you.
So you didn't play me last week, and I
So
won last week.
it was pure opponent biased because I wasn't versing you. My team outplayed itself, and I won't
See,
be able to do that against your team.
the thing about my team elevates, to the opponent. So when
Rise
I'm
to the
playing somebody
occasion.
like Detroit, I will score mega points. When I'm playing someone that's lower ranked, my team will be like, man, we'll just play mediocre for today. That's all we need to do to win.
So you like to rise to the occasion.
Exactly, man. My back's against the wall. I go balls out.
Who's the top five teams in your opinion right now?
Top five teams, in my opinion, is Motor City Mad Dogs, Mad Dogs, Mad Dog, Mad. I am the power rankings. Damn it.
Oh yeah, I like the confidence. I like the confidence, and let's see if you can get to 8 win streaks. You're gonna have to go through me, the former rankings champion.
Please, man. I got this in the bag.
Not even worried about it.
I'm basically I'm playing injury reserve this week, man.
That should be my team name. Is there any team? I know last week you were kind of thinking Robert's team, and then he put up 58 points. Is there any team that you're worried about? You think
Honestly,
Detroit is
Big
number
Chubbs, man.
two?
I mean, Chubbs over there making power trades.
Yeah,
He's dumping off backup running backs just so he can get, or not backup running backs. I said they're starters, I guess, but he's dumping out running back twos to get a true running back one. So he's got Henry, he's got McCaffrey, and he's got Chubbs. That's a pretty deadly combo. But he's got no wide receivers now,
he had to
so
get
it,
rid of
it might
Waddle
come
to
back.
do it.
It might come back to bite him. We'll see.
It just might. Well, that was a good interview. Thanks for following up, and congratulations on number one in the power rankings.
No problem, man. Hold on, real quick. Waiver wire pickup of the week. Grab all the quarterbacks. Grab all the quarterbacks so David can't get any of the good quarterbacks on his team.
And that is pure scared. That is what we call a frightened chicken over there.
Nah, it's just called sabotage.
All right. Pick up all the quarterbacks. Edgar needs his help. Good
Damn straight.
interview. Number one.
Take it easy, bud.
You heard it here first. The number one team on our power rankings isn't worried about me at all, but he is begging and pleading you guys to please drop all your bench players, maybe even your starters, and just pick up every quarterback that you can, just to prevent me from having a quarterback, in hopes that he has an easier time against me. Now Edgar does believe um that Joey won that trade, thinking Joey's gonna have three all-star running backs. Agreed, you will have three all-star running backs, but at what cost? You gave away Jalen Waddle. He was top top 10, top 7, top 5 even. Jalen Waddle's just been having a great year this year. As many points as McCaffrey has, and McCaffrey has played a full season. And I don't think that he had an upgrade going to San Francisco. Maybe initially, but now that Elijah Mitchell's back, and Kyle Shanahan said we will use Elijah Mitchell and McCaffrey equally. Elijah Mitchell had 18 carries to McCaffrey's 14. I think Dan stole this trade. Deontay Foreman plays for Carolina. Carolina runs the ball just as much, if not even more, than San Francisco at this point. Deontay Foreman had 31 carries last week, and he's been producing. I don't understand what you were on and against playing this guy, but 19, 36, 23, 3 out of the 4 weeks. I would have smashed him and smashed Waddle into my lineups, no problem. Miles Sanders, been solid. I'm just not seeing where Joey is filling this win. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It would be the first time on this podcast that I was wrong, but it is a possibility, and I will be sure to keep an eye on this trade just to see who really won and lost this trade. Let's check out the power rankings real quick. Detroyer, you did win. You're a tight end away from kind of really just blowing the whole league away. But you went up a percent and a couple decimals, putting you at second place again in our league for the power rankings. Same as our standings. Joey, you already know what I think about your trade. You went down to 34%. Thumbs down. And Zach, you went up a percent. Not only did you beat Joey in your matchup, you won the battle. You also won the war. Just shit talking him, and he just didn't have a lot to say. He didn't have a lot to say. You kind of shut him down mentally and physically in that category. Edgar, congratulations. You have been moved up to my surprise. I didn't double check it. It didn't get the check mark, but I checked it once and it was 75.3%, 0.3. Um, Basically because you did clinch the playoffs as well as having a 7 win streak. So even if Edgar loses the rest of the way, he does have an asterisk by his name over there in the standings, and he would make the playoffs no matter what. So good job, Edgar. Number one in the power rankings this week. Um, Dan, you went up 5%. Even though you only had 88 points, you made improvements to your team. You dumped CMC, and you got a nice haul back there. So um, I'm expecting good things to come from that trade that you did. Um, Replacements. You did lose. You were at 13%. But you jump all the way up to 30% because you did praise me in the loss. High praise. And I just don't see a world where you don't get third place again somehow. So keeping our eyes open. There could be an anomaly and you could actually miss the playoffs this year and not get third place. But, if history repeats itself, you should still find your way back in the playoffs, which always gives you a chance for the championships. Sean, you're our first team to go into the Reds. That's negative 99%. Zero chance. I wish that they would put an asterisk on you that just says that you won't make the playoffs, but I don't think that Yahoo's that savage. And that's the same for you, Dave Martin. You did win though, so I am putting you at 1.10. But another pukey face. That's a turd sandwich, and then after eating a turd sandwich, you're probably gonna puke. And is what would happen if we were to somehow digest your team or somehow get a player from your team on our teams. It'd be a turd sandwich, pukey face. Um, Even though I did win, I got 4 fires and a volcano. My team's erupting right now. I do have a hard rest of schedule. So getting wins aren't going to be as easy for me as it will be for some others. I got a lot of bye weeks coming. So I've just been kind of scrapping away. I went up a whole decimal, but a win with Edgar would put me back up to the top spot this week. So let's see what happens there. And then Robert, yeah, you're running backwards, buddy. 58%. You went from 25% to 20. I just think better things to come, you know, if if you just go back to praying. Don't skip prayer day. So, good job, Rob. Just you got to do a lot better. Like a lot. You do get Mixon back, by the way. Let's view this week's matchups. So we got me versus Motor City. Edgar says no problem. He has it, so I guess there's no problem there. Poggers versus All We Do Is Win. Um, I don't know. I think Robert can have a bounce back now that he's got Mixon back, and Poggers just kind of a sitting duck right there. We'll see what happens. Dan's team versus Detroyer. I got I got Detroyer all the way, but you know Dan does have all those brand new shiny players. Let's see if that trade pays off for him. D's nuts versus Sean's team. Holy crap! I think there's got to be some players missing. The team on the right, you can just see gave up. He's, yeah, everyone, please send you his mailing address. Just send him sorry for your lost letters. Have a fuel on funeral for this man's team. It's not looking pretty over there. And yeah, Sean, I mean, if you're playing for anything right now, beat D's nuts because if you don't, you're gonna be 10th rest of the season. I mean, this is literally the battle for ninth and 10th. And then Chubbs versus replacements. Uh yeah, I got replacements. I will speak first and foremost. I had to verse Justin Fields. I also have him in my other league. And it is very hard when a quarterback doubles your quarterback score. Justin Fields will probably get another 40 points. So that's just hard to beat. Justin Fields' schedule does get easier after this week. Um, I mean, easier for people to compete against. But Jesus Christ, that guy's completely on fire. I can see replacements taking down Chubbs, no problem. Yeah. So let's have a good week 11, guys.
Okay. I think that, hands down, you're just the best. The best. Ah!